Looking beautiful this morning. Good morning, welcome back to the channel. Donovan Kelly here. Huge fan of travel, I love beer, and making content. So that's what this channel's all about. Feel free to subscribe if you want to follow along for the journey. Today we're going to talk about what it's been like living abroad for about a year. It definitely rained last night. Roads are wet. You just get that really nice fresh smell in the air. Oh, I love that. After living abroad for over a year now, there's definitely a few things that I've learned. One is knowing the essentials. I can't say how grateful I am for past Donovan bringing a bunch of hard drives that don't even use, 73 cables when all you needed was 2, and 18 little USB adapters to plug into the wall that don't even work in this country. Like, what were you thinking? Jesus. I'm not a hoarder. I'm not saying that. I do hang on to things a little bit. I've always heard of people doing spring cleaning and really just admired it from a distance. But yeah, packing every 30 days and moving on to the next place and throwing it all in a car, you really know what's essential and what's not. Like, I brought way too many pairs of socks. I don't even wear half of them. Definitely need ankle socks in New Zealand. But going back, I almost should have just lived out of a suitcase for 30 days before even coming here, because I could have eliminated quite a few items out of the suitcase that was just extra weight. Didn't need to be added on. Could have been a little more efficient, that's for sure. Know the essentials. The second point is really like, it's a lot. It really adds up, the amount of work that you gotta do just to be here, just to be like living abroad for a year. We got a 1-year working holiday visa. We both really wish that we applied for the 2-year and did it at home. My visa did get approved for the 2nd year, but it was a lot of work. We had to get a medical, which entailed a chest x-ray, blood work, a few other things. Then the visa application, you know, it ended up being over $1,000, where back when we applied, it was only a few hundred. Could have got a medical back home for probably a better price. But outside of the visa stuff, there's so many things that you just don't know that you're gonna have to do. Like, you get here and it's like, okay, you go to the place where you get your oil changes at AA, and that's where you'll get your IRD number, like your tax number. But you need a bank account first, so you go get a bank account, and they go, oh, well, no, you actually need an IRD number first. So then you go back and it's like, well, no, actually they have it wrong. You need a bank account first. So you're just like, what the hell? Going back and forth between a post office, which is the bank, and oil change shop at AA, which is where you get your tax number. Then there's things that you just don't know about, like a warrant of fitness. Like, who knew that we had to get an annual inspection on the vehicle? Like, whatever, it's another 70 or 80 bucks every year. Which is okay, that makes sense. I'm all happy for it, but it's just like, you gotta try and know all of those things so you can budget for them and really get ahead of them. I wish I dove in a little bit deeper and got ahead of a few of these things, so there'd be a few less surprises. At the end of the day, it really wasn't like too bad. I just wish there's a few more things that I got in front of. You know, this morning, as soon as I stepped outside, the clouds were just so bright and pink. It was gonna be a beautiful morning, and then the clouds come in and say, absolutely no, overcast for you. So it's really not that nice now. It's not horrible though. I mean, you can think of worse places to be. We are supposed to have lunch in Mapua though, later today. So maybe we'll just fast forward to that and see if it's any nicer. Yep, it's nicer here. It's always nice here though. Oh man, just beautiful.
Saw a fish jump.
Ooh. Everyone here says if you don't like the weather, just wait 10 minutes. You'll constantly get 4 seasons in a day. Some of that's kind of true. Today we had to wait like 8-9 hours. I think I saw you guys last at 7 in the morning, and it's now 5 o'clock. Mapua is always lovely, but it's very busy. I did not want to have the camera out there, so we whipped over to Rabbit Island, and man, this is just one heck of a beach. One of the few days that it's not super windy. You can actually talk out here. The people who are getting married just down a bit in the sand got really lucky today. This is just great. I'm really not a person to have a bunch of regrets and talk about regrets. I think, you know, I'm totally down with whatever happens, happens. It all happens for a reason. One thing that I will say, I wish when we first had that initial desire to do something, we just pulled the trigger, whether it be bungee jumping in Queenstown or, you know, doing something like a really cool boat tour through the Bay of Islands. You know, it's like you kind of go, oh, I really want to do that, and then you get to talking, maybe whoever you're with, and you just like, okay, we'll do that another time, or, you know, it's not really in the budget for this month, so maybe we'll come back or think about that in the future. Where it's like, who cares? If you have the money and you just do it. Pull the trigger. You know, I think Brittany and I have really gotten to a point now where we're on the same page. If both of us really want to do something, the other person should just, you know, really give in and go, okay, absolutely, don't want to have any regrets. So pull the trigger. Just do it if you want to do it. Yeah. It feels like our own little private beach right now. No one's out here. There's no rocks or shells or anything. It goes for days. Man, Rabbit Island. Can't really say that I've learned this here, but honestly, how many times has someone told you, always ask the locals, like they'll know the best spots? Just feel like that's never been more true. You know, you go online to find out some of the best spots, and obviously you're gonna have national park and a lot of things that you can pay for, different travel websites, things like that. But the second I got a job here, I started talking to some of the people that I work with. You know, they told me about Mapua, they told me about Rabbit Island, ended up coming to some really cool spots where if we were just passing through for a small amount of time, probably never would have seen them. Really thankful for that. Asking the locals, it makes sense. What are these guys? One of the last things, after being away from Canada for over a year now, I can't believe how much more appreciation I have for it. It's kind of crazy. All the little things that are back home that you take for granted. I'm not gonna lie, I mean, I'm in a pretty amazing country right now, and just the pies and the beer alone could make me like stay here forever. Home is where the heart is. It's cliche, but probably because it's true. Makes you miss it. Not on days like today though. Could stay here for a really long. Actually, I don't even know if I want. No, we're going back. We gotta go back. But before we go back, oh my God, there's a lot of really fun, exciting things. It's fresh hop season here in Nelson. Really looking forward to a few videos about that, and then really just kind of getting the rest of our bucket list taken care of so we can leave Nelson, leave New Zealand. Super satisfied, really looking forward to it. Thank you guys so much for watching this vlog. Give me a like if you enjoyed the video. Hit subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.